So I want to preface this video by saying this is not my strongest track. I know there's a lot of time to be found here. I don't feel like I'm that consistent on this track, but I think this lap shows pretty decently where a good line is, where good braking points are. It's just a matter of balancing the car properly and maximizing these points. I've got, I believe, a little over 0.6 of a second between my optimal for this session and where this lap turned out. I just could not string that together without having a ton of off tracks. This lap actually has two 1Xs, and it's a good demonstration of how fine the line is here at what's safe versus what is an off track. So turn one, hard right-hander. I brake right where the wall just breaks away and widens out. Now you don't want to turn in too early because this car's strength is acceleration, so you need a late apex. You also don't want to brake too late here because if you miss this apex, your lap's already toast. So this section right here is one of the many very tricky sections on this track. It's iconic, but it is not easy. This lap I happened to do alright. Some other laps I've lost a good half second plus because I didn't quite hit this area right. So this is pretty critical. You want to stay as far to the left as you can, compromise this first corner, staying left, but not going too much all out through here because you want to compromise a little bit and hold back until you can just maximize your speed through the left-hander at the top of the hill. It's a long straightaway, and if you don't maximize your speed there, you will hurt. Notice how far I'm taking this rumble strip. This is clean. If you go just a touch further to the left, it's not clean. You'll get an off track. You'll get a 1X. If you go just a touch further than that, you will get a slowdown penalty, and they are brutal. So stay on here. Don't go over here. Also, to maximize speed, you'll need to clip this rumble strip too. Once again, stay on here. Don't go over here. Also, get off the rumble strip before it ends, because that's a 1X also. So now I brake right around here. I'm about to get off the gas. I can push it a little bit further, but not much, because I've had a lot of instances where I'll come through here and I'll wait just a little bit longer and my tires just don't have the grip or my brakes lock up and I push right through here. So again, this car's strength is acceleration, not deceleration. Take it a little bit easier, slow in, fast out. You want to clip this as much as you can, again, without going too much beyond here, because one, it'll upset the car, and two, you'll get an off-track penalty, and we get enough of those already. Same story here. So you want to take about as much curb as I'm taking here. There is grip here. There's not grip on the grass, but there is grip here. And then don't swing out too far. You want to compromise your exit here and stay to the left. Notice I said stay to the left. This is not all the way to the left. If you go any further right than this, you're not really doing it right. See what happens when you don't stay to the left? You don't get your tires over here. And so I lost a little bit of speed because of that on this next section. You want to delay your turn in just a little bit and hit this apex a little bit later so you can, again, maximize your exit speed. Don't maximize it too much though. This rumble strip is safe. This is good. This is bad. This will give you a 1X. This could lose your grip and upset your car. Once again, just like earlier, get off the rumble strip before it ends. A lot of these brown rumble strips are safe. This one is not. This will give you a 1x. So right when the pavement changed color is where I braked here. And even that was a smidge late. Maybe I didn't put enough brake pressure on, or maybe I did brake a little late. But I ended up pushing the car through here. I slid a little bit, and that might have lost me a tenth or so. Because we're going downhill, as you can see. And it's maybe a smidge off camber in addition to that crest. So it's easy to lose grip here and to push. And if someone's right behind you and they hit their brake point and you push out, guess what? They're on your right side. Tuck in and get this apex curve here. Stay to the right. By compromising that corner, we stayed to the right here. I'm about to brake actually. And then we're going to delay our turn in as much as we can to maximize and slingshot out of here. So that was a little bit earlier than I would like, but not by much. So you can see right where this disappears, we want to target hitting that, drifting to the right. Like I said at the earlier corners, this is good, this is bad. I just got a 1x because I'm so far over to the right. So if you delay your turn in a little bit longer, that helps you stay further to the left and stay on the good part of the track, not the bad part of the track. So I brake right about where this starts, and it's easy to upset the car here as well. If you brake too hard or let off the brakes too hard, you want to be firm but smooth. Because there's worse places to slide around the track, and it's actually a lot of fun to drift this section in this car, to be honest, but it's not fast, and that's what our goal is. Flip this apex, swing wide. This is about as wide as you can go. I'm surprised I didn't get a 1x here. You want to stay pretty far to the right here. You want to maximize your turn radius through here so you can clip in here and maximize your speed out. This is as far over as you should go unless you're okay with getting yet another 1x. So you heard me feathering the throttle a little bit there. I'm waiting, I'm trying to pull the nose in by letting off like that to get a little bit more grip where I want it, and also to avoid the car from plowing. So as soon as you think you've got enough throttle, or enough space, you got to have that throttle pinned to the floor. Take a little more of this curve than I did. So through this section, this is another set of compromised corners. Sound familiar yet? Stay to the right, stay to the right. You don't want to go all the way to the right here because then you're going to lose too much speed, but you want to stay a little bit further to the right. And then as this starts to tail away is when you can get more on the throttle, because that's when the straight section's coming up. Good, bad, also bad. I'm very surprised I did not get a 1x here. This is as late as you can go without getting a 1x in this section. You saw where that pavement changed color back there? That's where your brake point is. You want to get to the left here and delay turn in a little bit. Try to do a late apex. Clip that inside. Get all the way to here. You don't want to go too far because again, it's very sensitive for 1x's right here. And it's a little bit slick. But you want to stay left because this next section is a really fast section. So you see I'm at full throttle right now. That might be a little bit early. I drifted wide a little too far here. But by the time you see this rumble strip disappear, you want to either be on full throttle or getting pretty close to it. Don't drift out too wide though. I drifted out a little bit too wide in this next bit. But you want to cut this pretty tight. Don't go too far. You'll get another 1x because this is Spa. They hand them out like candy here. But stay to the right here and clip as far as you can. flip on this side too. Once again, good, bad. But you want to hit this. You want to maximize through here because that's how you're going to get those couple extra miles an hour. We're staying to the right here because this car doesn't like to turn at top speed. It kind of pushes like a barge. So you want to, some other cars you can stay a little further to the left and you don't need to go all the way to the edge to make this corner. But with this car you do. Now there's not really good braking point here. Hopefully by the time this video is relevant for next week and they have the new update out, there will be a little bit more places for you to see where to brake. So we had a green patch right here that just ended, and there's this kind of red spot in the fence there. You want to brake around here maybe a little sooner, but again you want to try and do a slow in fast out. Not too slow because this is a fast section, but you don't want to overshoot the curbing at the end of the next corner. Guess who overshot the curbing on the next corner? I got a 1x because I didn't get off of here fast enough. Again, good, bad, also bad. Right around the 150 marker is where you're going to want to brake. This is another good corner to err on the side of caution. Keep in mind slow in, fast out. Especially because this is a double hairpin and we're compromising the first one. So don't push it too hard or you'll really lose a lot more time than you wanted to. Stay to the left. You want to delay turn in a little bit and get in as late an apex as you can and stay very far to the right. See, pretty far to the right, and we're not even done turning yet. We stayed far to the right here because this is the start-finish straight, and you want to maximize your speed out of there. So by staying to the right, that gives us a better entry into this apex. Late apex, this one too. As you can see, that's pretty late. I'm just getting onto the gas. And again, good, bad. Get off that rumble strip.